Hey guys, what's up? It's Nick from Rhythm Fly Fishing. How's it going? All right, today we're going to look at the Orvis Hydros reel. Orvis, as you all know, has been around for forever. They're a great company. They've been giving us fly fishing products for, I think, over 100 years now. The Hydros reel is actually their best-selling reel, according to them. And I can see why. There's a lot of features, a lot of functionality here for a pretty good price. I would kind of divide most reels into three different categories. There's usually the entry level and the bargain priced ones. There's kind of a mid-level tier, which is, a good step up with a lot of features and functionality, but maybe it doesn't have all the pizzazz of some of the high-end reels. And then you have the more high-end ones, which have, very fancy like laser engraving. We're talking reels that are $500 and above. The Hydros kind of fits in that middle tier where it's got a lot of functionality. It's got a CNC machined frame. It's designed to be lighter weight than actually the previous version of the Hydros. It's pretty light. You can find other reels in the same price range that are a little bit lighter, but still it's in the right ballpark. One of the things to note is, even though Orvis is a great American company, the Mirage, their high-end reel, is the only reel that is actually made in the United States. The Hydros is made overseas in China and then imported in. Now, to some people that matters. I'm not going to, make an opinion on whether or not it matters, whether it comes from, that's kind of delving into the political world, and I'm going to stay away from that. Now, as far as feature set, sometimes stuff that is made overseas in China, there are sometimes problems with the consistency of the manufacturing process where, from one to another, there might be some wider variance on the quality of what's manufactured. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But this is a very high quality reel. I like the design. It's a fairly simple design. There's not a lot of pizzazz to it, not a lot of flash to it, but it's nice. I think it looks good. It's not like those high end $500, $600 reels with lots of fancy laser engraving, but it is a nice looking reel. They've added, let's see, so when they adjusted the design from the last model, they've shaved off some of the weight. However, the spool, they've actually stiffened it up to make sure that it can, really hold up. They've added a slightly larger drag adjustment knob, which is nice because when you're fighting a fish, you're focusing on two things at once. You want to make sure that drag knob is easy to find and easy to grab. Let's see, what else? Also, it's got a fully sealed drag system. It uses a combination of carbon fiber and stainless steel within that drag system. Fully sealed, so you're good to go for saltwater as well. One thing to note with any Orvis reel is the way that they do the sizing. So most companies, if you buy a reel, it's going to be a 4.5, or a 3.4, 5.6, right? It only spans two different weights. With Orvis, all of their sizes, they actually span three different weights. So the Hydros 1 is weight 1 through 3. Hydros 2 is 3 through 5, and so on. So there's kind of a benefit there where on the edges, you actually get some overlap, which gives you some extra choice. So for instance, if you have got a 5-weight rod, the Hydros 2 runs 3 to 5. So it'll be a smaller reel, but it will still fit and will still function with a 5-weight. Or you can go with the Hydros 3, which is 5 to 7. So that overlap there gives you a little bit of choice. Maybe if you're doing mostly nymphing, you would stick with the Hydros 2, the slightly smaller one. Maybe, if you're doing streamers, maybe you'd go with the slightly bigger one. So in that aspect, it's kind of nice, but also at the same time, because they are spanning multiple weights, another company that's got like a 5.6 reel is probably going to be able to come in a slightly lower in the weight because they're just trying to accommodate 5 and 6 weight rods, whereas the Hydros 3, right? It's 5, 6, and 7, so it's accommodating the 7 as well. So they've got to make sure that it can also accommodate, that size. So it's going to be slightly heavier. So it really kind of depends on the application and what size weight you're going to deal with. So that's just one thing to be cognizant of. But really, this is a great reel option. I like it. Because of this website, I go through a lot of equipment. Some of it I do a review and sometimes I sell it. This one I'm going to keep. I really like this. So I would definitely recommend to buy this. Just be aware of what your application is going to be for, and just be aware of that sizing and the options you have there. All right, so if you want to head over to the website, we'll give you the full review. It's going to be at rhythmflyfishing.com. We'll have the full link to the review in the description below. Also, if you want to go ahead and check out the price, there will be a link to the price below as well. All right, guys, thank you.